Good morning, foodie fam. It's your main man, Dame Drops. You're new around here, stay true around here. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Dame Drops is back again. Now, fam, we have been reviewing and revisiting the worst rated restaurants right here in my state. Roma Sports Bar and Grill. Family, how bad can sports bar food actually be? I mean, reality is at the end of the day, you go there with your friends, with your family, big screen TVs in most spots. You know, bar food is usually popping. Grab up some peanuts, some pretzels, whatever the case may be. Get yourself a little schmurder burger, just something to hold you down while you're watching the game. Grab up a beer or two, right? All right, y'all. We starting out good with a 4-star piece. I was a bit skeptical about the adobo wings, but they were fire. The wings are crispy but not dry. I come to Roma's when I'm looking for a chill vibe. Bar is a cool area, and the pool table is a nice addition. Alright, we starting off strong. No, we're not. It just went from a 4-star to a 1-star. I just walked out of Roma as a business owner and disgusted with what I saw. I walked in after a 16-hour shift at my restaurant. I always go to my local bar in Newington, but today I chose to go to Roma, which is 7 minutes from my house, because literally it's always been a great experience. Tonight I walked in and had a seat, ordered a gin and tonic and a shot of Jack Honey. Bartender was great. This other young man delivered my food. He said, "Can I get you a drink?" Autopilot as a business owner was like, "I'm okay, I'll ask the bartender." This amazing young vibrant man said, "I am the bartender." Oh, I said, "I'm sorry because I didn't see you being the bar. My apologies. I thought you were a food runner." After a few minutes, he entertained some customers while the so-called only bartender went to the bathroom. As I'm watching this junk show, the owner with discretion, salt and pepper hair, and a ponytail came out of nowhere and said to this vibrant young man, and I effing quote, "What are you doing? Why aren't you behind the bar?" Screaming in this man's face. Then the owner, same beep hole with the salt and pepper ponytail, degraded him and told the other bartender, "Get him out." Then the bouncer, which why on a Wednesday with 10 people in your bar, you made grab this man like you're a corporate restaurant. I swear, as a local business owner and also a GM of a pub in West Hartford, I will never ever walk into your establishment again. And believe me, buddy, I roll deep. Your bartender, and he already knows, will have a job with me and my establishment tomorrow. Shame on you. I like that. I like this review so much so, not just breaking down the experience, the drinks, talking about the mistreatment of an employee, wild disrespectful, in front of customers. And you never know who that customer may be. Situation here, this gentleman happens to own his own establishment and offered the young man, the viral young man, the young man that was just trying to offered him employment. I like that. He was like, "You don't even have to work here. You don't have to take this kind of disrespect. Come work for me where I treat my staff like family." I mean, he didn't say all that, but that was the vibe I'm getting. I like that. 1 star is what you get, Roma. Fix it. Next review, 1 star. Customer service is garbage, just like their wings. Ew. I ordered buffalo wings, picked them up, came home, opened them up to no sauce. Called the store. He said that he'd make me a fresh batch and to bring the old ones back. I then brought them back and he said that they are sauced and had me leave with the same order, so the fresh ones were wasted while I was left with the cold sauceless wings. We'll never spend here again. Waste of money. Managers' people skills are filthy. 0 stars. Forced to put at least a 1 star. Now, yup, I'm looking at you this time, yo. Let 0 stars be a thing. Because when you have service this bad, an individual don't even want to give a star. Just let 0 stars be a thing. If a restaurant is failing like that, it is what it is. You got to call it like you see it, right? 1 star, such as deserving. Couldn't even fix the situation. Sent that man back home with cold food. It was cold because you told him to bring it back so you can get him the fresh sauced up wings. Looked at it, said, "Nah, yo, that's how we sauce our things. Get it up out of here, kid." But come on, man. Next one, 1 star. I ain't playing. All these are 1 stars in a row, kid. I ordered chicken wings from this hellhole and got the worst tasting wings you could ever get. They were stale, flavorless, and felt like I was chewing cardboard. Oof. Yo, Roma is not looking too good at all, son. Alright, y'all, we read everything that we needed to read about Roma's Sports Bar and Grill. We're going to slide to the spot, make it hot, see if we get some decent customer service, see what the food is truly hitting on, see if anybody's being disrespected, wait times, all that good stuff. You know how we do. Alright, foodie fam, I hope you're ready to be visually fed by your boy. And as always, cue the music. All right, fam, so we're at 382 Allen Street, Roma Sports Bar and Grill. We read those reviews. Now it's time to slide to the spot, break out the incognito cam, and do what we came to do, something proper like. And then, of course, type it up on Yelp at the end of the video. Let's get it. All right, so for those of you that are new around here, what I normally do is I'll come in the truck and I'll do a voiceover. If they're playing loud music on the inside, just so I don't want to get hit with the copyright strike that YouTube loves to give. This sports bar, you could tell it's been here for a while. And when I say they got TVs on top of TVs on top of TVs are everywhere inside this spot. A couple pool tables. I made my way inside. There was actually one other gentleman inside waiting on his food. He looks like he probably just got there a few minutes before I did. And already there was one older gentleman behind the bar. He was still kind of setting up lights and everything else. Comes over, asks if I need anything. I was like, well, I'll start with the water and ginger ale, and I'll take a menu. So he gives me a menu. I'm going through the menu. He takes my order, and I decided to go with basically New England clam chowder. I had the honey barbecue wings because I remember in the review someone was talking about the wings. And I went with the Hawaiian burger because I wanted to get a different type of burger, and it's a sports bar at the end of the day. Probably didn't take any more than a few minutes before my New England clam chowder came out, which came out shortly thereafter after my wings. Now, the honey barbecue wings, more of a baked skin. The meat on the inside was moist. The meat on the inside, of course, had that nice soft bite to it. And the honey flavoring was actually, it was light. It wasn't like a deep-rooted honey flavoring, but it was good. It still was like a hint of sweetness to the wing itself. And it wasn't overdone, nor was it undercooked. It wasn't like I had pink bone action nor black bone action, right? Dipped that thing up off into the blue cheese. The blue cheese was creamy. And again, I love when you can take that zang, that zest and that tang, mix it in with something that's already sweet, leaning towards savory. It kind of makes for a very unique and adventurous bite when you're thinking about the wing at the end of the day. So I definitely enjoyed the wings. I was tearing them up, but and they weren't like no baby punk wings. They weren't no small little, quail wings, nothing crazy. These wings, they're as mighty. These wings is, they was buff. These wings was doing what they were supposed to do, providing flavor and providing bite. Now, moving on to my New England clam chowder. We had the crackers. Those crackers I always check for. So we had those oyster crackers, and I poured a few of those bad boys in. This is the type of chowder you could tell was made in the back, and then you kind of, it sits for a little bit, has to kind of be reheated up, but you could tell for the way that it congeals a little bit while sitting there waiting for you to get at it. It was flavorful, but the saltiness of it was a bit much. So you could get nice flavors of the New England clam chowder. I don't know if that was a little bit of garlic powder up off in that thing, salt and pepper most definitely. It had the onions going on, and if that salt wasn't as prominent as it was within the New England clam chowder, I honestly believe that it could have been a good little boo thing right there. It was all right, but it fell a smidge short of being good when it comes to New England clam chowder. That's all right. Right about this time, the gentleman that was there started talking to me. He's like, bro, I know you from somewhere, not sure where, but I know you from somewhere. I know it. And then he and I were kind of just going back and forth and we were talking. And then, I said my name, Dame Drops. And the moment I said Dame Drops, the gentleman that was behind the bar turns and he was like, there it is. That's who you are. So the whole entire time, nobody knew who I was, which was great. And the food was already being made and done and out and about. And he was like, I couldn't figure it out myself until both of you guys started talking. And then when you hit the affirmative on it with your name, that's when I knew I seen you somewhere before as well. And so now all three of us are sitting up there talking, waiting on my burger to come out. My burger finally comes out. Y'all, I've always had toasted bun action on my burger before. And it would be toasted on the inside of the bun. This bun was toasted all around. So the outside was crispy. The inside of the bun was crispy.
the onion straws, as they call them, which is like real thin onion rings, plentiful all over the burger. And you could tell this bad boy was a made-to-order situation. That's good because you could taste it in the beef. All right, the beef will have a different kind of tenderness to it. And my man wasn't afraid. He wasn't afraid with that teriyaki sauce. I saw the pineapple in there for a little bit of sweetness. Nice little bite in the pineapple. The pineapple had an offset to the beef. What regular beef is known to be, in enhancing the regular beef, elevating the regular beef, giving it a richer taste if nothing else. You know, I didn't really taste the cheese on that bad boy. I saw the cheese. I didn't really taste the cheese. I got a lot of that teriyaki, which more so not on the sweet side, not savory. You're going to get a hint of saltiness to it. More undertones, earthy undertones on that flavor to kind of create some type of balance for the Hawaiian burger. It was all right. It was different for me because that was the first time I had it. So it was definitely a different experience. The fries were straight. Nice little crisp on the fries. Salty little fries. I didn't have to add any salt to them. I didn't even put any ketchup on those bad boys. Nice little fresh potato bite. I can definitely dig that, family. I think at the end of the day, this was definitely a meal worth revisiting, which we definitely will have to revisit a little bit later on. What I saw with customer service from the gentleman that was working behind the bar was with the other guy that was there with me. He was already checking on him. He was making sure his meal was everything, and he was double backing on me as well before, we had the conversation of who I was. That's what I like to see. I hate that individuals have to deal with any type of ignorance when they go to a restaurant or they're on the phone, placing an order, whatever the case may be, for what, they have to type up in Yelp. And we're about to take it to Yelp right now. And all I could do is break down my experience at the end of the day. But Roma Sports Bar and Grill, yeah, I'll be back. All right, family, so we are back from Roma's Sports Bar and Grill. You've seen it for yourselves, baby. You've seen it for yourselves. It's like we slide up in these spots, and so far, we've had more positive than negative when it comes to checking out what the worst rated is. We're going to definitely do some more revisits next week, but this is a newer spot. Funny enough, this spot isn't too far from Nick's Pizza, if you guys remember Nick's Pizza. And we did do a recent revisit of Nick's Pizza. It was horrible the first time. I heard there's new ownership now. That's probably why it was better the second time around. But we read the reviews for Roma. Nothing really sounded that great as far as customer service was concerned. But we're going in checking for customer service, and we're going in checking for the food. So let's go ahead and break this down in Yelp. I read some reviews about this spot and had to come and check it out for myself. When I entered Roma's for lunch, there was one other person at the bar and then a gentleman setting up TVs behind the bar. He came over with a menu after taking my drink order. I decided to go with their honey barbecue wings, New England clam chowder, and Hawaiian burger. The guy behind the bar was friendly and kept striking up conversation with myself and the other gentlemen. My wings came out, and I must say, these golden temptations weren't just slightly crisp, but met my taste buds with a sweetness about them that when dipped into the blue cheese only set off a powerful bite that was creamy and a bit tangy. I had fun with the roller coaster of taste upon these wings. As for my clam chowder, it was chunky and had much going on. Clams came packed with a degree of seasonings that started out good but ended in a bad way, for the chowder was a bit too salty. This chowder would have been the perfect start to any meal in the winter had it not been for the saltiness of it all, taking away from what could be its own star of a chowder show. Now my fries bliss in a bite with just the right amount of salt upon them and a crispiness to be reckoned with. Even the burger made my mouth happy with its freshness on the beef, made to order. Didn't taste like frozen potluck beef at all. Seasoned just right, and the pineapples, along with onion crisps, held enough flavor to transcend this burger into the next phase of its life. The bun was toasted both inside and out, holding the components together for a nice barrage of burger bliss. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I think, definitely for me, the gentleman behind the bar is what set the whole entire stage, because as he was talking to the other guy that was on the other end of the bar, he just kept double checking, his food and everything else. And like I said earlier, this was long before he even figured out who I was. He was just automatically on it. Are your wings good? He fries good. He made sure he had his beard, made sure that he was comfortable. And then when my food started coming out, he kept doing the same with myself. So I don't know if this is, once again, a situation where individuals go in, they read the Yelp reviews and retrain or just take it upon themselves to do better. But I had a good experience and my food was good. They earned that 4-piece from your boy. And that's what we like to see, Foodie Fam. I don't want to be the bad guy on all these reviews. All right? If I go into a worst and I have a horrible experience, of course, I got to tell you about it. I got to give them a 1 or 2 star. But I don't want to see anybody's doors closed. I want everybody to flourish in the restaurant game. We lose enough great restaurants no matter where we live. We lose. Like, I know you guys know of some spots that you used to love going to and now the doors are closed for whatever given reason, right? Slow sales or just the things that we've gone through 2019 and almost 2021 and beyond. And it's been madness. And people are starting to get back on their feet. And this is how they feed their families. So we definitely want them around, don't we? Shemaine Man Dame Drops. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Stay out of trouble. If you know around here, stay true around here. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Dame Drops is back again. All right, I'm see you guys next week. Keep it crispy.